Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another DragonCon Town Hall. Tonight, we are sans Tony, but we want to welcome Tyler and, of course, Teddy. Thanks for joining me again.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. And apologies for catching me jamming to that beat.
It's okay. I was dancing too. I tried to stop before the cameras came on, but it was a bop. Let's be real.
I almost did some air saxophone there, but then I was like, you know what, we're about to go live, so I'm gonna try and.
You know what? Save it for the end, Tyler. Save it for the build up to the end.
Exactly.
Yeah. But shout out actually to DCTV for using Fireball's Discord post today for the bumper inspiration. So big shout out for that. Very, very cool. So Tyler, what have we got on the docket for tonight's town hall?
Well, Dot, after that amazing transition there with all of the Discord stuff there, we have an action-packed show for you tonight. So not only will we be highlighting the Walk of Fame and Autographs department with our director, Rachel Sullivan, but also we have a very special award-winning guest that you'll be interviewing in just a moment.
That's very, very true. But to get things off, we do have an interview with the one and only literary titan and, of course, DragonCon winning author, Kevin J. Anderson.
No freaking way. So
it's going to be pretty awesome.
That's crazy awesome because fans are in for a treat. And you know what? I'll be back in a few. I don't want to wait any longer. I'm just going to go pop backstage, get ready for my segment for later on, and I'll let you enjoy your interview here. So I'll see you
I'm so excited. Yeah. We'll see you in just a bit. Dance behind the screen for us. Welcome to, another DragonCon Live here with us, Kevin J. Anderson. Is so excited to get to meet you. How are you this evening?
Well, I've been to DragonCon 26 times. You've never met me in person.
I guess not. I mean, I guess I've been going now. Oh Lord, goodness, 12 or 13 years. So I don't have that many, but you'd think our paths would have crossed at some point. But DragonCon is a big place.
Well, they're crossing now, and there are one or two people at Dragon. maybe I bumped you out of the way when I was trying to get into like a guest of honor line or something.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Well, so you said 26 years you've been coming to DragonCon?
27. I've missed like one ever, other than the COVID year. But I am gonna be there. In fact, my wife and I, who is also a best-selling author and also comes to DragonCon, we are having this beautiful cruise we're taking in August. We're going to Iceland and Greenland and Norway and up in the Arctic Circle. We're coming home 2 days before DragonCon. And, my wife said, "Oh, we're going to be wiped out. We better cancel DragonCon." I said, "You can stay home. I'm going to DragonCon." So I'll be there.
All right. Well, I'm going to make it again this year. We hope actually everybody watching manages to get there one way or the other, whether that's online or in person. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about this recent winner of this highly coveted DragonCon award for 2022. So we're talking best graphic novel. Am I correct?
Yes. And in fact, I managed to bring my little prop here.
That is beautiful.
And it's like the prettiest award. It's also the most dangerous award ever.
I was about to say it could possibly be used as a weapon.
And we don't want to do live Kevin shatters his dragon award on DragonConTV. So I'll set it safely down now. I have 3 of them on my mantle, and I'm very proud to have those.
Let's talk about what all 3 of them are. So we've got one for Dune, House of Atreides, Volume 2, right? And then and then in 2018 you've got one for best alternate history novel as well. Am I correct?
Yes, I did, with Sarah Hoyt. So the 2 of us wrote a novel called Uncharted, and that won Best Alternate History. And the 3rd one I have is sort of a stealth one because the film Dune won the Dragon Award last year for best film. And since I was consultant on it, I worked on it, and I happened to be standing there. I have it for safekeeping until the movie studio can figure out what to do with it. So,
do you want me to tell you a little known fact about Dot? I got made fun of really hardcore in the 8th grade because I did a book report on Dune in South Georgia, middle of nowhere. I was obsessed with the book. It's one of my favorite sci-fi novels. And little, 8th grade Dot showed up to do her book report on Dune. And all the kids were like, "What's this weird book?" They were reading like Chicken Soup for the Soul and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm a fan if it means anything. Look where I am now. So does it really excite you to be nominated for a DragonCon award by DragonCon fans, or is this just kind of old hat for you?
Well, I mean, it never gets old hat. And I have been nominated for the Hugo and the Nebula and all kinds of Bram Stoker Award and all kinds of things. And it's impressive, but the Dragon Award is something pretty special because more people vote on the Dragon Award. You actually get more people who pick your winners than the Hugo, the Nebula, the World Fantasy, the Bram Stoker, all of them combined. There's such a great pool of people that are voting on the Dragon Award. And so to win one of those, you can kind of really do the Sally Field of, oh, they like me. They really like me.
Well,
it's a pointy thing. So,
well, with 2 DragonCon Award nominations and 2 wins, what advice do you have for other literary, dignitaries and writers that wind up getting nominated?
Show up for the ceremony. That was one of the challenging things last year, is that we had a bunch of people win, but they didn't come to the ceremony. So that it's a great awards ceremony, and it's good to have people there. And I know there's like a million other things to do at DragonCon, but an hour, I have no idea when it's going to be scheduled this year. But I'll probably be there in the audience, just ready to root for the nominees and my friends and the winners, and look at a whole table full of those pretty awards.
Yeah. And who knows, that award could be, on your mantle at home. Now, fans at home should know that the DragonCon Awards have been celebrating kind of this extraordinary uniqueness of artistic fire and the need to create books, their covers, their shows, comics, games, movies, all that fans enjoy. And all over the known universe, well, since 2016. So nominations actually for this year close July 19th. So please check out the DragonCon's awards webpage right now by going to DragonCon.org/awards, plural, everybody, awards, multiple of them, to actually participate in celebrating these things that ignite your passion as a fan. And of course, to our special guest this evening, Mr. Kevin J. Anderson, I just want to say thank you for being here. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to get to chat with you.
I love you guys. I love DragonCon. And we should make one real point about the Dragon Awards, though, is that
please.
You don't have to buy a membership to DragonCon to vote. You don't have to pay to do that. You can just be a fan and you want to express your opinion and say, this is my favorite novel of the year, or this is my favorite comic book of the year. You don't have to come to you have to come to DragonCon, but that's not what I meant. To join in the Dragon Awards, you can just be a fan and you want to cast your vote. So go out, fill an application, and let's get even more people voting on the awards this year.
I love it. And just before you go, let everybody at home know how they might find you at the show during DragonCon and where they might find more about your incredible body of work.
Well, the best thing at DragonCon is to look on your little online schedule and type in my name. I'm on like 7 different tracks of programming, so they all fight over, will I be on the Star Wars panel, or will I be on the writing panel, or will I be on the apocalyptic panel, and whatever. So that's the best way to find me. And I'll probably be at the Missing Volume Books. I'll probably be doing a signing there in the dealer's room. And if you want to find me now, just look up official Kevin J. Anderson page on Facebook, or my initials, the KJA on Twitter, and the real KJA on Instagram. I know that's all too much to remember. If you can't find me on social media, you're working too terribly hard. So anyway, great to join you guys tonight. I can't wait for DragonCon, and I'll be sleepy after that long cruise and the long flight back, but I'll be there. And
I was about to say, we'll be here to hype you up, get you back in that DragonCon energy spirit.
All right, that's what I need.
Thank you so much. You too. Well, let's say bye to Kevin, and let's bring Tyler back, because we've got to move on to some more awesome information. How are you doing back there, Tyler?
I'll be honest with you, I was still jamming a little bit, but while I was backstage, I was also thinking about how these town halls are really cool ways to highlight all the different facets of DragonCon. I mean, I could listen to Kevin all day, and I'm glad that we'll get another opportunity when it comes DragonCon time. So I'm excited.
Right. And DragonCon, we do these town halls for our fans so that they can find out even more information about how you can make your con experience just like that much better and cooler and more interactive and everything that you want it to be.
Exactly. And that's why we invited Rachel Sullivan to the show tonight. She is the director of the Walk of Fame and author signings area for DragonCon, and we felt her expertise could guide us through some of the changes affecting her areas that help fans have an even better experience with guests at the show. So we're going to welcome Rachel now onto the stage. So welcome, Rachel. How are you?
Hi Tyler. Hi Dot. Thanks for having me. It's so good to be here.
You too. It's good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. We're getting ready for con, and I'm so excited to start sharing some of the changes we have going on the Walk of Fame this year.
Oh, well, do tell.
Yeah, please tell us. I'm literally sitting on the edge of my seat. I need to sit back a little bit so I don't fall.
Saw that dancing.
Don't fall. Okay, so just a little bit of background. The Walk of Fame is really kind of broken into 3 different subdivisions for fans who've never made it to the Walk of Fame floor. I hope that this is the year you give it a shot. The main floor, which is in the Marquee Ballroom, which is in the Marriott below the lobby level, it hosts many of our media guests. And you're able to walk through the floor and make your way up to meet your favorites, maybe get some autographs or some selfies. And you know, I'm not blowing smoke when I say that there's always a little bit of DragonCon magic on that floor. You just really never know what's going to happen. I've seen dramatic readings from some of our guests, impromptu. I've seen them engage each other across the aisle with reenactments or spoken challenges. And last year, we even had an impromptu salsa dance lesson offered by one of our guests that was an absolute hoot.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I may need one of those. So maybe we can have a repeat this year.
Yeah, I hope so. Then we also have our breakout rooms, which are where some of our guests go when they might have a longer line and need a little bit more space so we don't overcrowd the floor. And then I want to circle back to the earlier interview that you did with Kevin J. Anderson, which was so cool, by the way.
Right.
We have the author's autographs section of the Walk of Fame, and it is moving this year.
Oh.
It will not be in the Marquee basement. It's moving over to the Westin Overlook, which is really
Ooh, what a
that.
great way to use that space.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to find. It's located off the Peachtree entrance, like you're going to walk through the Westin to Building 1 of the America's Mart. And we're going to have that whole area for a ton of scheduled signings and events, including a meet and greet with our Dragon Award nominees, which I'm very excited about.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We're also really excited to be coordinating efforts with some of the literary tracks so that we're going to be offering signing showcases, which will feature several author guests from those specific tracks all at once, which will make it easier to find your favorites from before and your new favorites that you didn't know were out there yet, all at the same time.
We love making things easier.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds like it's going to be a great year for that. And now I do have to ask a question. I imagine authors aren't going to be signing all night. So what happens to that space at night?
Good question. It's going to turn into all-night board gaming with Phil Collins and his team over in board games. They're going to be setting up shop when Building 3 of the America's Mart closes up for the night, so fans can continue gaming just over in that space.
Oh my goodness,
awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, that's great. So, Rachel, will there be a way for fans to grab books ahead of time for them to sign?
Well, yes. The Missing Volume bookseller is going to have a satellite location at the author's autographs area. And they'll be highlighting the works of our scheduled authors so that you'll be able to pick them up there and just immediately go and get them signed. If you want to know who's coming, you're going to need to look for the schedule in late August and figure out which author signings are happening at which times throughout the weekend.
Nice.
Okay. So unlike the Walk of Fame, where our guests come and go and sign at their tables throughout the entire weekend, authors are only at tables in the Overlook area of the Westin during specific scheduled chunks of time.
Correct.
Okay, so fans, you got to go to your schedules. You got to find out when those panels are happening or where they might be and add them to your DragonCon app schedule so you know exactly when everything's going down and where else they may be popping up throughout the weekend.
Right. And the best resource for that is definitely the DragonCon app.
Perfect.
Absolutely. I tell new fans all the time, especially it's perfect to download the app, look at last year's, get comfortable with how you navigate the app. You want to make sure that you're comfortable before the big show. You want to get ready for this year. So Now, Rachel, thank you so much for joining us and helping us understand more about the Walk of Fame area and the new location for author signings. I really can't wait to see you in July at our volunteer meeting. So we'll definitely see you soon. And Dot and I are very excited for that. And thank you again for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to seeing you both and any new volunteers who come to the July
Yeah.
who want to be joining our team. But until then, thanks so much. Y'all have a great night.
It was so good to see you. Have
Rachel.
a good night. Wow. Woo! I'm feeling a little starstruck. Like,
I know.
I'm like DragonCon starstruck getting to sit down with Rachel, and I'm starstruck getting to sit down with fantastic talent like Kevin J. Anderson. Oh, woo! I'm sweating.
I know. I mean, I'm going to have a word with Tony. He can't set us up with this many good guests in one evening because legitimately, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. I got all these good jitters here. So.
Right? Such great interviews.
I mean, it's really cool to have Rachel here, who's, responsible, one of the volunteers responsible for like helping take care of this award-winning talent and also take care of us to be able to interact with that award-winning talent. So great. And honestly, like you said, getting to see these really fantastic guests like Kevin J. Anderson, really, really excited. Now, I want to say it's a great town hall so far.
Right. Absolutely.
But we've got more. We've gotten more. So
there's
before
more.
We leave tonight, I have to ask you, how was your MomoCon experience? I know we both went, and I didn't get to connect with you too much. I saw you at the beginning. We played some board games, and then we went on our separate ways. And I had a fantastic time, but I want to hear more from you.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. I always go, I run tables, I do panels. So, because I work in tabletop, I like to run tabletop games for people. So I had a fantastic, just bonkers off the wall, like one shot that I ran. It was wonderful. And I did a whole bunch of panels. I even got to sit on a panel that was all about how we would cook monsters from D&D.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was wonderful.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's
so
I would honestly love to sit and watch one of your panels next time. I got pulled in 15 different directions, so I'm gonna have to mark that down on my app next year.
Well, you don't have to go too far because, in fact, DragonCon whipped up a little sneak peek into what I was doing. Do you want to take a look?
Well, let's see it.
When your players get here, what kind of adventure are they expecting to experience?
So this is going to be a bit of a kind of high fantasy adventure with a little bit of goofiness, because this one, in fact, takes place in the middle of a fantasy bakery. A bakery Drake made of bread and tasty eats runs a shop in this little town, but something's gone amiss and some people have died eating the bakery's food.
Oh, hold on. Hey, DragonCon fans, didn't see you there. I'm Tony Gowell, and I'm here with Little Red Dot, about to introduce some players to a little baked edition of D&D. What are your thoughts on what's about to happen today as the DM?
Getting to run games in person after the last few years still is one of the most exciting pieces of my life. So
Sure.
I'm very excited for today, and I'm really excited for this adventure because I have not run this one before, which means it's not only new for them, it's new for me.
So you don't know the path that they're going to take.
I have no idea. It could be full shenanigans, which I hope I'm prepped for.
So what kind of baked goods experience can we have, because I'm starving?
Oh, okay. Well, I can be honest. I can only pay you in baked goods. And by baked goods, I mean they're completely made up in your mind because this game is about your imagination.
Darn it. So speaking of imaginations, we're hoping to bring the experience to the living rooms of our fans watching at home that you're missing out at our sister show, MomoCon, where Little Red Dot is a guest celebrity DM running one-shots and doing some panels throughout the weekend. Well, Dot, on behalf of all of our DragonCon fans at home and our town hallers that we will see next month, we look forward to seeing you throughout the weekend and in the months ahead leading up to our sister show.
Thanks so much, Tony.
The show, DragonCon.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Tony. And, may the dice ever roll in your favor.
Well, let's see. Nat 4! Is that good? No? Okay.
So there you have it. Now, obviously, Tony and I ran a little bit away with this sneak peek trailer, this teaser that we're doing actually for Dragon's Den content this year. So we intend this year to capture these really fun moments of various fan experiences throughout the convention on the floor to actually remind people at home and every Labor Day weekend, that they should be here in Atlanta with us. So that means for those of you that can't join us, we're going to be broadcasting as much as we can from Dragon's Den, from the floor, direct to your TVs, so you can have a little FOMO.
I'm so excited. But look who we have here. Hey, Ryan.
Ryan.
Hello, friends. I'm glad I could make it. Well, I saw the Dragon's Den teaser and wanted to pop in and highlight the segment that I did.
Oh,
we walked around and talked to some of the amazing cosplayers there to just like get, breathe in that MomoCon experience. And then we're also going to talk about some of the cool surprises in store for DragonCon this year.
well, let's roll that beautiful cosplay footage.
Give fans a sneak peek of MomoCon if you couldn't make it this year. I am here with Mo, aka Nick Fury. Hey, Mo.
Hey there, hi DragonCon world. This is MomoCon, and when I am not out, doing panels and doing town halls, I'm here on the con scene. I'm actually just taking in the sights, the sounds, the amazingness that is actually a con. And you guys, we're bringing you along with us. We are, yes.
We are going to walk around and talk to some cosplayers today to get a day in the life of a cosplayer. Give us a sneak peek about what a day in the life for a cosplayer is for you.
A lot of crafting, a lot of last minute split decision kind of things. That's the fun thing about cosplay is you don't know what to expect, and that's fine. That's actually that's part of the fun. And just embodying the character that you want to be it's an amazing feeling. It's so much fun. The community is amazing as well.
Hi, Foxy.
Hi.
Tell us about your work.
Yeah, so I'm a cosplayer based out of Illinois. I actually started making some of the major armor pieces when I was living in South Korea. I started with Cindergosa. This is actually my first armor piece. After that, I decided that you got to go big or go home. You start something and it's just kind of snowballed from there. So the first piece that you see here, this blue one, it's actually made with more EVA foam and Warbler, so it's got a lot more depth and it's a little bit heavier. And then you've got your insulation foam, so I learned to make it a little bit lighter. A lot of it's just EVA, a lot of it's blood, sweat, and tears, and Dremel work.
Like, what's the amount of time that you're putting into these costumes, just on average?
This one took about 3 months to make. Wow. This whole one has about 800 LEDs that I've got throughout the whole thing. It's actually about 4 months to make.
Where do you find your joy in coming to conventions like this?
This is my first MomoCon, and since I am from out of state, I have to say this is such a well-run convention. I love competing. I love being able to see everybody else's crafts.
You're here with your fellow cosplayers, and you're here with top talent in the voice acting and artistry field. It's just an amazing community space to be in.
It is, absolutely.
Wow.
First off, I love cosplay. Second off, I love to see people's cosplay, and I love Mo. And I love you. So that was really cool to see, Ryan.
I know, right? It was so cool. Mo and I had so much fun talking to everyone and can't wait to do some similar segments for Dragon's Den at DragonCon this year. But you want to know what else is cool?
Of course.
Of course.
The DragonCon newsletter that just went out to everyone. And there was a reminder to fans about the membership price increase, but also a highlight about this little buddy.
Ooh.
I love baby dragons. I can answer that. I do.
I love baby dragons too, actually. I'm really excited for the collection this year. I have my little baby dragon in the office with me. And so there is an adorable new plushie for you to collect this year. And now we leave you in anticipation. It's going to be coming. There will be a new baby dragon. It's going to be great. And so social media will be running another baby dragon naming contest soon enough. And fans might remember that last year's baby dragon was named after the late Nichelle Nichols' iconic Star Trek character, Admiral Uhura. I wonder if they even have dragons in space, now that I think about it. I wonder if a communications officer like the future Admiral Uhura could talk to them, if they were. Maybe someone else could shed some light on that. Maybe Celia Rose Gooding could share some light on that, who actually is an announced guest. So yes, Celia Rose Gooding is going to be is our first guest that we're announcing, a surprise today. And then also joining us are some of Celia's co-stars. We also have Christina Chong.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Ethan Peck.
Oh, yes.
No way.
So exciting. Anson Mount.
Oh, Okay.
Holy, yeah. I mean, I'm down. Yeah.
And the man that helped launch the Star Trek franchise is also making his return to DragonCon, an icon in the community. Wink, wink. Mr. George Takei is coming back to DragonCon this year, which
What? That is
Ooh.
awesome.
That's very exciting.
So excited.
Holy cow. Ryan, I don't know how you're even sitting down at this moment. I don't know how Dot's sitting down. I don't know how I'm sitting down. I genuinely am so excited for this.
I'm just trying to stay seated because I know Tech will yell at me if I break cameras right now.
Exactly.
I know. But actually, that's not all the surprises. So hold on to your seat because there is more. Have you heard about who the new artist guest of honor is?
I have not. New.
A new artist. So Greg Hildenbrandt actually can't make it this year.
Oh no!
Is keeping him home. But we have someone new, a world-renowned, award-winning fantasy artist and wildlife painter, winner of 2 Chelsea Awards, and the designer of the popular and award-winning Dragons of Destiny series. She has also won numerous first-place awards in the Art Renewal Center's International Salon and been named as a living master. The incomparable Julia Bell.
Y'all.
Wow. That is amazing. I cannot believe we were able to get Julie Bell to join us.
Me either. That is incredible.
Yeah, her work is so amazing. I think DragonCon is shaping up to have the best show yet this year. What do you think?
No doubt. Zero
Definitely.
question. Zero question.
Yeah.
If you weren't hyped before and you're not hyped after this, then I don't know that we can get you any more hyped. This has been an awesome town hall.
Yeah.
So in fact, I heard from a Little Dragon that next month's show will be even bigger.
I don't know how, but I'm excited to see it. Yeah.
But the little dragon told us so. So it must be true.
I trust little dragons.
I really trust in the dragons.
So there's so many announcements to make, and that's the thing that's so crazy. I really want to thank Ryan. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much. I want to thank our guests as well, Kevin J. Anderson and Rachel Sullivan. I want to thank the fans at home, especially Dot as well. I want to thank you. You're always a pleasure to see.
I want to thank you, Tyler.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I could keep going back and forth with tennis of thank yous all day. But
yeah, and the last thank you always goes to Teddy, who works harder than any of us.
I mean, I don't know how he keeps up. I can barely keep up. And he's just doing a fantastic job. So what I do want to say to our fans at home that are watching, stay tuned across all the social media. We have plenty of details to come. A lot more announcements to make, especially from that little dragon that we were talking about earlier. The next town hall is where we're going to cover the latest news, the latest updates to make your DragonCon a memorable one. So I would like to wish you all a very good evening and have a great time. And we will see you all very soon. Bye, friends.
See you next month. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.